Hey guys, Alex Invest here, and yesterday I did a video on AMC and GME kind of explaining what's going on here, and I treaded lightly, but I can't do that anymore. There's too much market manipulation going on now for me to sit on the sides and not say anything or do anything. I bought more AMC today, and I bought more GME today, and it's not to make money, although I do hope to make money on this. It is because we can't continue like this and have these big institutional investors continue to manipulate the market. First of all, online trading platforms aren't letting you buy shares of these stocks because of volatility, but it's not because of volatility, it's because they're losing money. First of all, because the market value of the shares are actually higher than what it says they are when you look at sort of the price of the share currently. And, we can see here, we'll look at this article quickly to kind of explain what's going on, how Robinhood makes money, right? And Robinhood is one of the big ones right now that isn't letting you buy shares in AMC and GME and any of these, right? And we can see the company generates significant income from payments for order flow, a common although controversial practice whereby a broker receives compensation and other benefits directing orders to different parties for trade execution. Robinhood refers to this revenue as rebates from market makers and trading revenues, while the payments are negligible for small retail trades. A company that directs billions of dollars in trades to market makers can earn substantial amounts. So essentially, big institutional investors are paying Robinhood to have preferential access to the markets here and basically buy up the shares from us as retail investors. And so in essence, Robinhood is making money off of brokers, and we as investors are the product. We are consuming their product, but really the brokers are consuming us as products, and this is not okay, and there needs to be a stop to it eventually. So that's the first thing I wanted to go through with you guys, right? And hedge funds and institutional investors are purposely driving down the stock price and the share price, and basically what they're doing is they're selling shares to each other at a discounted share price, making it look like the share price is actually going down when it's not. And that is part of the reason why as well broker or online trading platforms don't want you to buy up these shares, because again, what's happening is the market value of the shares are actually higher than what it says the share price is. So again, when Robinhood and all these brokers or online trading platforms let you buy the shares, you're buying the shares at a discounted price than what the actual market value is. And that again makes Robinhood and these other online trading platforms lose money. So that's another reason there. Also, they've been halting trading on these stocks at the lows every time. It's been at the lows to scare us as retail investors out of buying these stocks because they don't want to lose money, but it's time for them to finally lose money. They've been manipulating the market for years, and we can see here they're continuing to manipulate the market, and it's blatant and it's obvious, and something needs to be done about it clearly. We can see mainstream media like CNBC and all these platforms, right, are also just telling us lies, telling us that these institutional investors aren't doing what they're doing, and everyone going against what they're saying, they're just beating up and telling that they're wrong, and it's just not true. Anything you hear from CNBC especially is completely false. Do not listen to them and do not use them as a news source anymore. It's time for these people who are doing this to pay, and it's time for these people who are manipulating the market to pay, and it's all these big institutions who are scared of losing a little bit of money for the first time in history. There's just too much price manipulation going on here with these big hedge funds and institutional investors, and it's really time for them to pay. And we'll look at this as my last thing before I end this and post this video, because it needs to be posted before the end of the day so retail investors don't get scared. It is again time for this to change. Today, hedge funds called in favors to have trading shut down for specific companies across several giant platforms so they could buy time to gather in private to decide what to do next. If that's not market manipulation, I don't know what is. And I completely agree. What is this? How can they do this? How is this legal? It's not at all. And yet nobody's doing anything about it because everyone is on these institutional investors' sides, because they're the ones who will eventually be paying them back, not us as retail investors. Us as retail investors, we're the ones trying to make money here. We're not the ones who are going to pay back these big other institutions like CNBC. But who is paying them are these big institutional investors and these big hedge funds who are paying off CNBC. They're paying off the trading platforms, and it's just again gone too far. Again, I've bought more AMC shares, I've bought more GME shares, and I'm going to continue to buy these shares because I'm sick of this market manipulation that we're seeing from these big institutions, and it's time for it to finally end.